Welcome back to another episode of PA Whiskey Guys. I'm Chris.
And I'm Jesse.
What is going on?
Oh, long day of work.
Yeah.
Happy to be home.
I hear that, man.
Happy tomorrow's Friday.
Camp's been open for a little bit now.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Good.
Crappy weather, but 2 weeks. We're back, and hopefully we've got to get rid of this pollen that's here in PA. It's all over the place.
We got Memorial Day around the corner. That's coming up. You
Yep.
know, that'll be a busy weekend for you guys up there.
Yep.
That'll be exciting. I think we might stop up.
Yeah.
And see you then.
To do a podcast up there if you guys come up. That'd be a good time.
The crackling of the fire behind us.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
Be a great time. Well, what are we looking at tonight? Let's see. We have Old Overholt, cask strength, straight rye whiskey, aged 11 years. Now this says it was born in PA, but it's made in Kentucky.
Yeah, I've had this once. Actually, John has this. John's not with us again.
John, god dang it, John, come on.
He's
Get on the page with us.
Lots of traveling he's been doing.
Oh.
Got some dogs barking in the background and everything. The history of this, as Chris mentioned, it was founded in 1810 by Abraham Overholt in West Overton, Pennsylvania. We're in PA. I'm not sure where that's at. It's one of America's oldest continually maintained brands of whiskey. Also didn't know that. Full disclosure, I've never heard of this until last year. It went pretty viral online between the Facebook groups and some other podcasts. They were chasing this down in the stores and stuff. At least here in PA, they were. Like I said, I've never bought a bottle of this. Had it once that I could recall.
Yeah.
You know.
And you got me this bottle.
Yeah.
This bottle you got me, so this is the first time I'm having it. Now this is, so it's aged 11 years, and it's 53.7%, so it's 107.4 proof.
Mm-hmm. This is distilled. I don't know how the story goes with this one. It's distilled at Jim Beam or Beam Centauri. I think Overholt owns the recipe, but they just contract distill or whatever you want to call it. But it's distilled at Jim Beam in Claremont, Kentucky. So it's, like I said, I don't know much about it. I'm definitely interested in getting into it, and
I never paid attention to these either. I don't think I've ever seen them.
Nah, it was hard to find. I've only seen a handful of times, and I think when I got you that bottle, that was one of the only ones on the shelf. Yeah. Actually, it might have been the only one, which is kind of why I grabbed it, because we were on that little rye kick there for a while, and it was one of them that you definitely can't find all the time. So, and I don't think I've seen it since, to be honest. Not that I've looked for it, but I don't think I've seen it, anywhere. I think the other version, I don't know if it's related, but A. Overholt, which I don't know much about these guys, so or this brand, I should say. But
now it says it was barreled in 2012, the autumn of 2012, which is neat that they put that
on the label. Yeah.
Yep, and then it was bottled in the summer of 2024. So this is not even a year old. Well, in a bottle, it's not a year old yet. Yeah. But so that's 11 and a half years.
11 and a half years.
So that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first product, or this is the first Overholt I've ever had. And coming from Jim Beam, I mean, I expect good things.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they know what they're doing, so there is no mash bill.
No. I don't have too much on this one.
No, not much info on this. So this is a true review for us,
Yeah.
I mean, we look at notes or whatever. We're always doing that review, based on what we think, but we don't have much info on this one, so we're nosing as we're talking here and stuff like that, just to get used to it. This is a fresh cracked bottle too.
Yeah.
Just cracked it today.
Yeah.
So we're really fresh on this one.
Yes, from our past experiences, this fresh crack is going to be different than
Yeah,
a couple
it
months
should
from
open
now.
up. I mean,
Yeah.
I was listening to a couple podcasts, like I always do. It's the only thing I do when I drive to and from work is listen to podcasts. And a couple of people were letting their whiskey sit overnight for a really true review. I mean, that's a little...
Open.
Yeah, open. Pour it in a glass and let it sit overnight. I mean, we're not going to do that, but...
Have you seen the fad where they're frothing their whiskey?
I've seen it a couple times. I mean, not for nothing, in the days of when I was really into wine, those aerators that they sell, that actually makes a difference. I could see it making a difference in some stuff, in some regards.
Well, we say opening up by leaving it out.
Yeah, I mean, just putting air. It's just getting air into the things. So the air,
doing it a lot faster.
Like a froth or whatever is going to obviously do that. I actually think we could do that here if we want to ever try it. I have one on the coffee machine.
That'd be interesting.
As a test.
What are you getting on the nose of this?
Some sweetness, some oak. We were talking off air, whatever you want to call it, before we started recording. We were trying to come up with what it was, and we had to do actually a quick search because I couldn't pinpoint it. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say it. What we saw, what we read. They referenced peanut brittle.
Yeah.
And by far, I first got graham cracker.
Yeah.
A little bit of, or as Chris, you said, I think you guys said pie crust.
Yeah, I had like an apple pie crust, because of the spice from that apple. Mm-hmm. That cinnamon spice.
Yeah, like an apple pie
crust. Yeah,
like an apple pie. Yeah, I get that. I do get the peanut brittle reference.
Yeah.
It fades very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've been nosing or whatever, but I still get a little sweetness. I get a little bit of citrus or fruitiness in there somewhere.
There's a the sweetness.
There's something there, a sweetness. I can't pinpoint what it is. I do get a little bit of cinnamon, like sweet cinnamon, if that makes sense. I kind of where the pie spices would be, or like an apple pie, and with the cinnamon and that. I do get a little bit. I don't get apple.
See, on that nose just there, I'm picking up apple juice.
So the like a sweetness apple juice.
The apple juice.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which, I mean, now, going into this one, as far as the taste goes, I'm already expecting the taste
to be apple because of the rye.
Because of the rye. Because I've been picking up apple on every rye.
Yeah.
I feel like. Intensities of them differ. But
I don't eat apples that often, so it's not a memory. It's not something that's in my memory, I should say. But yeah, dive into the palate of this one. I mean, the nose is fantastic. I think it's, that sweet oakiness and stuff like that. It's not overpowering oak, not on the nose anyway. What was that first sip?
It doesn't let me down. This is a, I could tell it's a rye because it has that apple. Again, it's a green apple, the green rind or the green skin of an apple. Not the red ones. The red ones can go sit by the side of the road. These are the green ones.
Yeah, I've gotten the green apple. When we did the Michter's, I got that. Again, I don't eat apples, but I got the reference on the Michter's. I'm not getting it here as much. I'm getting more oak on the taste.
Yeah.
On the palate.
It is woody.
It's aged. I mean, that's definitely the age in the barrel. I still do get sweetness.
How about like a peanut chocolate bar, like a peanut and caramel chocolate bar?
Yeah, I would go there. I'm not getting the chocolate, the milk chocolate.
No, not the chocolate. Just
so there's no sweetness from like milk chocolate, but I'm getting the
not a Snickers like that payday. Like a payday chocolate, like a payday.
Kind of the
bar.
peanut brittle reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely there. The caramel, a hint of vanilla for me.
Yeah, I don't get.
I mean, I love the nose. I'm still nosing as we're tasting here. Man, it's good.
Yes, it is. Now, we had that Henry McKenna before, and we said that was the staple of bourbon. Like that is what you wanted it to smell, taste.
Yeah.
That was the staple. I feel like this is overcoming that one. I feel like this one's in the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Now it's a rye, but that was a bottle and bond, but
this is reminding me of the Michter's. It's more.
Yes.
It's more. It's definitely more woody oakiness.
Yeah.
On this one, it's obviously it's a little bit older. It's actually a lot older because I think the Michter's is only 4 years old. The Michter's Rye, 4 or 5 years old, 4 years old. Can't remember that one. I'm getting the sweetness though.
And then again, it's still on the palate. There's a little bit of spice, but it's not. It's definitely not overpowering. It stays. The tingling stays, but it's not. There's a lot more flavors that wrap around that than just spice.
So I really chewed on that one, as they say.
Yeah.
The Kentucky chew or whatever. That's a new term that we've been hearing.
I'm doing that a lot more.
The lately. Spice, my taste buds really woke up on that one. And I got a little bit of sweetness, or the same sweetness, but I got like almost like the tobacco leather, almost like the tannin, like the tannic part of the barrel on that one. Like I really kind of like switched it around on my palate there. And I could still get the rye spice, 100%.
Yeah.
100% getting the rye spice now, like a super long lingering finish. And I don't do that.
Oh, I love the chew.
I don't do it enough is what I should say. And I think I'm missing out on some flavors sometimes by not doing that. But it wasn't a burning spice. It was like a really good, like...
I just did the same thing.
Like a sweet spice or whatever.
And it opens you right up, though.
It does, yeah. Yeah,
like it
definitely
clears the sinuses right out. That's... I want to it's the rye. It's definitely the rye coming through it. I enjoy this one. This one's really good. I still get the apple, though. Still get the apple, the sweetness of that.
I get a fruitiness.
Say that candy bar, not a chocolate. Again, it's not the sweet chocolate, but
you're never gonna. I don't think you'll ever get a sweet chocolate. Well, I mean, maybe you will, but
from a rye,
you get like the bitter chocolate, like dark chocolate flavors and the bitterness of that and stuff like that. But I'm not getting that on this one at all.
No.
What I'm not getting also is where I have been is like the mint, like the spearmint or mint.
I have yet to ever get that on a rye.
Yeah, I've gotten it on a couple, but. Yeah, this is good. This is another good one. Mm-hmm.
Now, is this available in PA?
It was. It was from PA when I got it, yeah.
Okay. Because now you would think, born in PA, we'd be able to find it.
Yeah, so. Well, it says limited edition, although it doesn't say that on the label or whatever, but I guess they only did 50 barrels of this. I'm not sure when, these notes are from. 50 barrels were used in the release. Resulting in just 600 cases. I'm going to assume that's for maybe this release, the 2024 or whatever.
Yeah, it says limited release right on it.
Oh, does it say limited on it? Yeah, so, I mean, not a whole lot, to go around,
Yeah. Warehouse select.
It says distribution. I didn't read this part, actually. Distribution, the 11-year-old variant was initially released in Ohio and Pennsylvania markets.
Wow.
So, I guess if I had to guess without looking at a map, West Overton is probably
by Ohio.
Pittsburgh,
Ohio.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Ohio area. So, not for nothing. Maybe that's why there's not a lot of information on this. Because if it didn't go to other markets, obviously Kentucky probably had it, but if it didn't go anywhere else, that's,
And it's 600 cases, really a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
and from Ohio to PA, that's not to me. That doesn't seem like a lot. Now on the finish on this, I'm gonna say it's a pistachio. That's still a nut.
The nut, yeah.
But to me, it's a green pistachio. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't. Can't reference that one. I wanted to see this actually. I'm trying to pull up my calculator. 600. If I know how to work my phone. 600 cases, and I think they do a case is only 6 bottles, right? Is that how they do that?
I'm not sure. I think it depends on the.
That's only 3,600 bottles. That don't sound right. Well, it'd be 3,600 or 7,200 bottles only. It's not a lot.
A standard case of whiskey typically contains 12 bottles.
Okay, 12. I thought it was 6. Maybe 6 in wine. But either or, it's still not a whole lot of bottles that they released.
No.
For 2024. Yeah, like I said, I only had a sip of this last time, a tiny little pour.
Yeah.
But it's enjoyable.
Oh, this is very good. This would be great thrown in a golf bag this year. And again, this is another one I'm not. So I've mentioned it before. I think when we did the Evan and Williams, the Henry McKenna. Mixing this one, I won't. I wouldn't
either.
But throwing this on ice, I might try it. But drink this neat.
I feel you would get a little bit more sweetness out of it with either a couple drops of water over ice or a large ice cube.
And I would say a rather large ice cube, not multiple, because you don't want too much.
No,
water.
I think I'm trained. Like me personally, I'm trained to drink it neat. You get to that stage where you have to try them neat. I think you get your most flavor. I don't want to use it as a mixer.
No.
I mean, I have my mixers that are go-tos essentially for what I'm doing, and not for nothing. I don't really drink anything other than old fashions.
Yeah,
and I know we always say it, but I don't make too many bourbon mixers. Not a fan of.
I wouldn't know what else to make
soda. Like a lot of people, bourbon cokes or whatever like that. I'm not a soda fan really anymore.
No, I'm not
too
putting bourbon in Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, whatever, Sprite, ginger ale. I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah, ginger ale is a somewhat popular one.
Now a cream soda, I might experiment with.
That might be different. Yeah,
or like a ginger, the ginger ale, but I would want.
You're still not going to do
more on the
most
ginger
of the
side.
bottles that we've been buying.
No,
mixer.
No. But I like this. This is a thumbs up. This is a 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
This would go in a flask in the golf bag.
Yeah.
This would go anywhere. This is a party favorite.
Yep. Good sipping right here, that's for sure.
11 years old, 107 proof, 107.4 proof. Hands down blows those lower proofs out of the water.
Yeah, it's got flavor. It's got, I don't want to use the word complex, but it's there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's got tons of flavor.
Yep.
Like, it's flavorful from start to finish.
Yeah, front to back, it's there. And it's lingering, too. It's not
very
quick.
good lingering. Yeah, definitely long finish for me. Again, having it once, it's good. Really getting into it this time as we're, sipping more,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, well, you say we wrap this one up?
Yeah, we'll wrap this one up. For those that are listening, we appreciate you guys hopefully following us and, like, share, comment, all that stuff. We missed it in our last couple episodes.
Yeah, I didn't put it out
We're
there.
across every social media platform, every podcast platform. The major ones are Apple and Spotify for us. But yeah, keep tuning in. It's summertime here. We're going to get out and do some fishing. We're camping.
Yep.
So, John, we want John back on with us. He's traveling during the week, so, we're camping on the weekends. So we're going to have to compromise on a schedule for all of us or whatever, but we'll get there and, we're going to do it. Whether we're doing it weekly or bi-weekly or whatever, we're going to try and continue. Like I said, I think one of our last episodes, we're going to maybe pull out the old Zoom and do it remotely. We'll pick a bottle if all of us have it, but we're gonna try and keep pushing content out. So
Definitely.
We enjoy drinking them, so we might as well record it while we're doing it. So
have fun doing it too.
Yeah, it's fun. This is why we do it. We mentioned that before. That's why we do it. And,
yeah.
If we do some at camp or whatever, we're gonna get some other people involved. Some people that don't drink whiskey on the regular like we are. So it'll be interesting to hear other people's take on some of the bottles that we pick and try. So
we'll see what the scallywags have to say.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We're rambling now, so.
All right. Well, like and subscribe. And I'm Chris.
And I'm Jesse.
And we'll catch you with your cork out.